All right, so it seems like over here we now have the global launch tier list over here from Pridewind cooking up and giving us an answer over here of, hey, this is what it looks like for the global version on day one or a little bit into the game, and understanding like, okay, this is what I might want to go for, this is maybe what I want to prioritize, and this is maybe what I want to go and start my account off with. Up to you on how you want to do things. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe up, it helps out a ton. We're going to be announcing a pretty special giveaway over here very soon for the global launch. Make sure to be subscribed. I'll update the details, I think tomorrow. I think we're gonna be doing it there, so get excited. Yeah. So over here, the tier list has been updated from Pridewind. What we want to talk about first are the disclaimers to be aware of when going into this. Tier lists are inherently a problematic way to convey information and should be used carefully. Here are some limitations as we have identified. Character tier lists do not convey synergies well. In Persona 5 Phantom X, certain characters pair and synergize better with other characters who puts their power level above average. A tier list organized at the individual character level will inevitably run into presentation issues inherent to depicting an individual character's value within a team without the context of the teams. Readers are encouraged to exercise their due diligence when using the tier lists. Information gets lost in aggregation. Over there, representing a character's power level as an aggregate of their performance across different game modes introduces some level of ambiguity. The subjective nature of such assessments will inevitably cause a gap between a character's rating and their actual in-game performance. The tier lists are not an end-all reference. The Pridewind Persona 5 Phantom X tier list are intended to be used to as an aid to quickly compare characters, especially for newer players trying to scope out the game's roster. Players are heavily encouraged to supplement the tier list with reviews and various resources available through the game's many online communities. Due to Wonder being present, fixed party member, and due to his versatility, he is not included in the tier list, but no matter the situation or context, he would always be among the best supports. Coverage. General tier lists rates the character performance in the following content: story, event bosses, Velvet Trials, Astrolab Trials, all the other trivial content. Bossing tier list rates the character's performance in the following content, which is Trials from the Sea of Souls and Nightmare's Gateway, which is Guild. So that's how it's going to work over here. Two different ones, general and then bossing. Please keep that in mind. They also wrote this down over here, depending on DPS, sustain, support, Navigator, and then the criteria also is manual play and a bunch of other things over here. So read through it if you're curious about what they're trying to rate this off of, but you'll get an idea pretty quickly about how this goes when it comes to DPS, sustain, support, and Navigator. But that's again what they say over here. They also talk about ratings and such, which is again the sort of tier list parameters, right? And then they have changed logo over here, but nothing has been changed as today. They've just launched it. So let's get into it. Here we go. First things first. Let's start over here. Tier list, Persona 5X. Again, this is the CN side. So remember, I want to show this for a reason. The CN side is far different because they have so much more than you. For example, over here, people are asking hey, where does Joker end up? Joker ends up low. Why? The game is a year plus ahead. There is how many characters getting ahead of him? Yeah, he is a great character at launch. I don't think you're trying to brick your account for 1 year and then start pulling for the good characters whenever they take and however long they take to release, right? This is a character who just recently released a month ago on the Taiwan and KR server. Are you waiting that long to pull a high tier DPS like that, right? Yeah, rather than later, but let's get into the general global. So here we go. This is general global. At launch, it looks like for DPS, we'll be picking up Joker, being again the premium banner. That is your first premium banner. He will be there for you to go and have fun with. A character that does very good in the DPS category. An AoE, mind you, AoE attacker. If rerolling is what you're going for, that's who you're rerolling for. Understood? Definitely the better of the pickups. And obviously speaking, moving forward, it'll be a really solid pickup for you guys to go for. Over here, we get another character. Pretty much though, this is a 5-star character. That's the background indication. This is a 4-star character. So per se, don't be I gotta pull this to make my account work. It's great to have, and as you're pulling other things, this is great to pick up, right? That's kind of how it operates. Over here is another 5-star character. I'm pretty sure that this is a character you obtain for free, because again, it's not a banner character, so I'm pretty sure you get this character for free. But she is there. If you are a fan of her, she will be there for you guys. They so far don't have the reviews up or the teams over here, but she is again a pretty AoE-ish character. All foes over here, again, fire damage across the thing. All foes again, strong DPS, does good in the category. It's up there in comparison. Again, a character like this over here, launch character, aimed at around T1 status is what they're saying, but they also say that in the bossing category, correct? You can see over here, he does move up though. And remember, this character drops over here in bossing category as well. So different parts. Yeah, you can see this. So we'll go with that as we progress to this tier list over here. To T2, looks like these characters sort of remain down here. 2 more 4 stars. At T3, another one of the 4 stars, and then T4, T5. Nothing over there, but you can see that these characters remain T2 and T3. So maybe characters you might not want to build, but again, your launch roster is limited, so depends on who you have and who you have to go with. Instead of spending money and progressing like that, you'll have to build them and use them. Every character, you know, can be used in things. Let's go with that. Another character you can pick up with the collaboration, right? Another 5-star character, so be ready for that. This character you obtain for free by playing the game, so you can have fun with that 4-star. And again, really good for sustained category. Drops a bit during bossing, but this character over here picks up during bossing. Another 4-star character for that, so please keep that in mind. Also, A6 are the requirements, so please be aware, which are dupes, if you're wondering. Over here, nobody else in this category. It wraps up over there at T2 for A6. So another 4-star character in sustain. Over here, it changes a bit T1, and then again, he drops over here for the collaboration down at T2. So be aware. As well, over here, 5-star character picking up in the general category. So remember, general is all of this content associated. Please be aware. Picking up at the support category, again, T0. At the bossing category, drops over here, but this character picks up and comes to the T0.5 spot. And then over here, we have Leo picking up at the T0 spot. So picking up there, both good, as you can see, both in general and in bossing. One down on general, but again, up on bossing. And this character over here as well, Yao Ling, picks up on T0 and T0.5. So might be characters you want to build, both seemingly work in both contents. So again, plan the builds properly. Go for a character who is generically good in both things. For example, maybe instead of building this just yet, if you have, right, and you will get this, right, you're not going to get duped, but you will get this when you have the pick up your storyline, then build that and use it, because again, you clearly see it still averages pretty well beyond that. And yes, as we go to the 2 categories over here, it looks like mainly, so the jump up occurs, right? This goes up here. From there, these 2, like, or again, these 2 just remain. So that's kind of what they look like as well. T2, T3, but the change over here, T2, and then T1. So be aware. Now, the category that's going to be the least at launch, but it will pick up characters sooner rather than later. Again, you can see when as CN gets it, they don't get an insane amount, but you know, still it does pick up characters. That is going to be the Navigator category. In this category, it's pretty much anybody who's a Navigator. They're good at their job. Miyu is the character over here in general that gets T0, and over here bossing she gets 0.5, but over here, she swaps places. So both Navigators, again, are pretty solid here. If you are going for just raw storyline clearing and things like that, pushing content like that, then you know who your must-haves are in each category. Joker being your launch character, being your free character. I believe free character as well. I can confirm that right now. Pretty sure they have that updated over here. If I just check it, free characters. Yeah, it's this. So again, you pick up it during storyline. That you pick up as well. Oh, you pick up this as well. You pick up Skull through story, Panther, yeah, and that. So was kind of correct on that one. At least now we know. So you pick them up for free, have fun with them at A0. They are pretty good and they do their jobs. If you are obviously playing during the start, which you should be, right, launch, you get the collaboration, you get them for free, and you can have fun using them and building them for your comps associated. You see, they remain good other than, you know, the drop off there. But you will see again, Yao Ling over there, Miyu over there as well, Leo over here, Shun over here, and again, Joker over here. So do what you will with this information. That is currently what the global launch tier list is looking like. If you're going to say like, hey, do things change? Yeah, things change. Things change pretty well. Joker drops over here, for example. Your free characters drop a little bit. She remains, though, if you were to say it. Like, they stay in T1, which is not bad. So we'll definitely take that for what it is. In general, she remains up. But our other character picked up during a story drops a bit. But still, it's for what it is. You pull to enjoy with them until their fall off occurs. So, and again, by the time other characters release to nerf them, you got plenty of time to have fun. So, do what you will with this information. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe. Peace out, enjoy.